ActiveCampaign controller automation. We're going to set up an automation that controls where a contact goes to next. And we're going to do it based on tags. So the scenario is a contact can have multiple tags added to them over time, but we only want to do something based on the first occurrence of one of many tags being applied. This really isn't ideal, and the reason it happens usually is because of some kind of tool capability or limitation. In other words, you might not be able to add somebody to ActiveCampaign into an automation. Maybe you can only add a tag. And then what this controller will do will send a contact to another automation. So let's dive right in. So I'm going to create a controller. I'm going to call it interest controller because I want to do something based on somebody's interest. Now, prior to this, I might give somebody an option to select, hey, I'm interested in 1, 2, or 3. If they select one of those options, I tag them as interested. Now, the scenario is I don't want them to be able to choose all 3. If they do choose all 3, I don't want to send them into an automation that goes through all of those scenarios. I only want to choose the first one. So in this case, for this automation, we set up the entry as when a tag is added. And we only want to allow them to come in once. If you did multiple, it would still work, but really there's no reason to. So whenever a tag's applied, we let it run once. Now the thing about that is this will be once, this will be once, this will be once. So they could come in each of these legs of this automation more than once. And then right off the bat, we just start checking. Do they have the interest 1 tag? Do they have the interest 2 tag? Do they have the interest 3 tag? For instance, if they do have that interest 1 tag, I've posted this as a webhook, but really I want to send them off to another automation related to that very first interest. And then same for number 2. And the order doesn't matter in theory, unless of course these tags could get applied at almost exactly the same time. So the scenario is likely somebody's going to click a link, you're going to tag them. And there'll probably be some amount of time between each click if they were to click it. So you send them down, put them into the appropriate automation, and then go to another action. So we keep doing that, and I'm going to shrink this up to make it a little bit more visible until we finally get down here. And then everybody goes here regardless of which tag or automation they got put into. And then we apply a tag called interest already. Just below that, we set a goal which says, hey, if you have the interest already, you've met this goal. And then we end the automation. And the reason we do this is, let's say somebody has interest 1. They come in, they go down this path, they come over here, they get interest already, and then they finish. They went off here and did something. Let's say they've got interest 2 applied. Now they come in, of course they've already got this, so they could go down here, but they jump down to here immediately because they've already been through here. So that's how we can control them only getting put into certain automations once. So that's how inside ActiveCampaign we can set up a controller automation to send contacts to specific automations